Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. In today's tutorial guys, I have the S26 Ultra here. This applies to all S26s or the similar devices. I'm going to show you to edit a video or use the video editor. Now of course the video editor is known as Studio. You can add it as a additional icon. However, that's not necessary. It does ask you sometime to do that, so we can add it if you want. And you can open up the editor, and from there you can do your editing. Well, let's say you're starting out basic, so let's get straight into it. Open up your gallery. Now once you're in the gallery as seen here, you can notice I have a bunch of pictures here from a previous video, and I also have photos as well as videos. All right, so you can see them here. Go ahead and choose a video that you want to edit. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select that video. Now I've tapped and you can see it's playing. All right, so you're going to hit the pencil icon, which is the edit option. Once you tap on that, all right, so once you're in the editor as seen here, you'll notice you have several options. You also have the option to also remove background noise. We're going to focus on the main options here. Now, let's say you have this clip and let's say you want to edit it down. Now you can actually trim down a video. All you got to do guys is simply search. Let's say for example, let's see the first part of the video here. So as you can see, it starts out by saying this. Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech. All right, so let's say we don't want this first section here. I'm gonna move to the section that we want to edit out, and we're gonna mark there. So you notice the timeline jumps to there. And let's say we don't want the end as well, so we're gonna jump to here. Simply tag out the areas, or you can manually drag those ends, and what's gonna happen here is that it's gonna actually edit the ends and out. All right, let's say as well we want to speed up the video. For example, it's too slow. We can actually do that. So we go here to this speedometer here. We can increase the speed here, or we can off the speed, which is gonna make it slower or faster. So here we are in terms of the speed. Is it blue? And it will say up view. All right. So you can actually choose which sections you want to speed up. So let's say we want to speed up this section here towards the front of the video. You notice we have slider to indicate that first section of the video. We're going to exit there and let's go back a bit. Right around here. Is it blue? And you notice it's speeding up. Up view. So you look for the up view option. You can miss it sometimes, but it's around here. So let me take my time. All right, so you get the idea. So you can speed up sections of your video, and that's a cool editing feature to have. Next, let's say you want to merge two clips together. So let's say you shot the video in multiple parts, but you want to add another section or add another video. This one is about a minute plus. We're going to go ahead and we're going to select the plus. So next thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to select this 3-minute video here. And you can see I've selected it and hit done. And it says combine clips into Studio. Continue to Studio to combine, arrange your clips. When you finish, you can save the creation as a single video. So you get the idea. So we're going to hit continue. What's it's doing now is that it's basically merging it over. So as you can see now, for more complicated editing, we have gone over to the editor, which is the Studio I was showing you earlier with the icon. All right, so now we're in the full-on Studio. So what we're going to do here now is, because we're doing way more, so as you can see here, the video is now 4 minutes. So check it out. Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog. All right, so as you can see now, the new video is added. So if I wanted to, guys, it's very easy to edit in the editor. And the editor gives you more control over your overall editing. So it plus to add a blank clip or image or video. You can choose there to take it to the gallery. See, same as before, but this is a full-on editor. You can crop, as you can see here, and of course we can move back. If you do any editing, we can undo. So let's do something here. I'll show you the control that we have. So let's say this part of the video again. Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips, and I would like to show you a cool. All right, so I'm going to clip that section off, hit the scissor, and notice it's now cutting. That's because we're now in the full-on editor. So before there's a simple editor and a more advanced editor. Here we go. It's clipping off that section. So the section that I've chosen to clip off is now being snipped. And of course, the snipping tool is working on that. Let's give it a few and it should be finished. All right. So it's at 39-40%. I'm just going to come back when it's finished. All right, guys. So it's now finished. From here, you can see it gives you a bunch of speed options, or 10 seconds in. It gives you various time frames. You have the idea here. You can hit apply or you can hit cancel. So in this case, if I hit apply, what's going to happen is going to take us back. And it has basically clipped off that section. And here is the now completed video. So we're going to hit play. Use the speakers of your device to measure the decibels of your all right, so you get the idea here. So it does show you all the videos. Now this was the 2 videos. So as you can see now, the clip has the first section here and it has a secondary section according to how I have clipped it or cut it. As you get the idea here, you see it's measuring it. All right, so you do have the idea. So you see the other video. Notifications. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're at a place where music is playing. All right, so we can go straight through. And the secondary video is at the end. It will automatically pop up grid view, which is default. All right, so the 2 videos are now merged. You can clip and cut as necessary. And of course, you can add text. So for example, let's say we want to add text in the front here. We're going to hit text. So I'm going to say sound test or sound, or should I say noise detector. Sorry about that. Noise detector. All right, so now that we have done noise detector, you can mess around with color. So for example, I can make it yellow. I can mess around with the font. You can see the font styles here. If I want, I can make it capitalized. I can make it thick. I could even change various aspects of it. So I'm going to go with that or that, stick. Hit apply, and then I can move this here. So you get the general idea. So check it out. Use the speakers of your device to measure the decibels. And you can see right where it is here. I can extend to where it will appear. Show it the video. So if I want it to be appear for longer, I can do that. The decibels that's come. So if I want to, I can go back and you'll see I can choose where it appears. The decibels that's coming to. And so now that we have chosen that, guys, you can see the editing tools here to actually crop. You can show where it starts, where it ends, and you can split the video accordingly. You can split it down the middle, you can split it towards the end or clip the ends, or you can delete. All right. When you're finished, we simply hit that, and of course it will do its clipping, and of course it will clip the video if you have done any clipping. All right, so once you're at a clipping mode, you have text mode. We can add stickers or effects on screen. So for example, I could add this cool effect. All right, so you get the idea there as well. There you go. You can see as well it's on the top right here. So if I wanted to, I tap here and I can extend where it appears. So you see I can extend it all the way out. I can keep it on screen. All right, so things. All right, we can go back. We can play. Of your device, and you see that. Measure the decibels of. All right, so you understand where to place that. And as always, guys, we can go into the sound. We can fade the sound in and out. We can use audio eraser to erase any background sound if the sound is not perfect. We have the speed from before. So it's basically now the same thing, except we have a little bit difference in control. We can crop the video. We can also mess with the filters. So if you don't like the look, you can mess with the different color spectrums, or you can stick with the default or undo. You can also do brightness. So if the video is a little bit dark, you can mess with the video as well. You can copy. And of course, you have the loop, or you can go ahead and select an item there. And once you're finished, guys, so for example, you're finished editing and everything is to your liking, remember you can always undo. If the option doesn't appear, hit back once and you'll have this menu. Go here and you have the option to export. So you can see here I have FHD, or I could say HD, and I hit done. And there you go, it has merged both videos together. I've added text and everything. I'll show you the final video. Guys, so we have the final video here. This is within the editor. You can start new project. I'll show you what I mean. So just in case you missed that from earlier, it does ask you for the first time, or you can search for this app in the App Store, usually the Samsung App Store. So if you go here, notice the same app. So this is the full-on editor. You can have it, especially if you do a lot of editing. Let's go to the sorry about that. Let's go to the gallery. Once you're in the gallery, guys, here we go. And here we have the finished edited video. To measure the decibels. It's 1 minute 13 seconds. And sound is measured in decibels, basically. All right, so that's it, guys. Hope this was useful, and see you in the next one. If you have any question, ask them below. Bye.